guys, so we're back in round number 2 of the top 32. On the left, we have Igor Costa playing his Mega Mewtwo Garbodor deck versus Brad Kershio playing his Darkrai Giratina Garbo deck. Now, at the beginning of the season, this is probably one of the 2 biggest decks that were coming out, and it's going to be time to see who is the champion, Mega Mewtwo or Darkrai Giratina. Now, Darkrai does have the resistance. Giratina makes where, EX can't hurt you, but all these Pokemon, well, I mean, Darkrai only needs 2 energies to attack, so can Igor take he can get a lot of damage out, maybe go for the damage change as well. And I don't know, it's interesting. I've never seen this matchup really played out before, and 2 big name players, like everybody knows who Igor is, everybody knows who Brad is, so it'll be interesting to see who's gonna take this. We had both these players on stream yesterday, and I think they both, Igor and Brad both won. So time to see who's gonna finally lose on stream. So both players are setting up, and time to see, guys, what's going to take this round. All right, so Brad will draw one for the mulligan, and we're waiting to see for this starters. So here we go, guys. Round number 2 of the day 2. So we see Igor start with the Trubbish. Brad does have that Darkrai. So we see trainers. Well, look at top cards of his deck, and let's see what will he find. There's a Flowstone to give that Trubbish the free retreat he needs, and now that's great. There's no way that Brad can get rid of the tool off the Garbodor to basically shut down that Giratina, which is fantastic. We'll see in both players are going to shuffle the hands of the deck and get 6 new cards. All right, and yeah, guys, we're gonna see. We're going to see if Greedy Dice is really in this Darkrai deck. I know everybody's talking about Brad, his Greedy Dice. I don't think he's playing Greedy Dice, but we're going to find out here in a second if he really does. We're going to look through his hands and see if he does play Greedy Dice and it's in the prize cards. And he flips heads. That would be crazy, right? That would be the craziest thing to see. But we see a Ultra Ball, probably get out a Hoopa most likely. Go for that Scoundrel, search for 3 EX Pokemon. And yeah, so let's see what's going to happen. And yeah, guys, the stream quality is a lot better. There's not 1,000 people here like there was yesterday eating up the internet, and so we're doing a lot. We're doing better than we were. That's the problem yesterday. We had so many people here at this trading card game. We had over 600 masters just in TCG. And then we had the juniors and seniors as well, and masters, juniors, seniors, and the VGC. So we see Ultra Ball discarding a Sycamore and a Trainer's Mail. Gonna probably grab this Hoopa. Use the Scoundrel, search for 3 EX Pokemon, and what is Igor gonna? I imagine what's gonna get. Yep, there's Hoopa. Gonna use the Scoundrel, search for a Mewtwo, and probably a Shaman EX. All right, guys. So let's see. I think he already has a Spirit Link in his hand as well, which is fantastic. I see Igor plays 2 Lysander, which is great. I love 2 Lysanders in this deck. It's really, really good. So we see Shaman, we see Mewtwo, and we see a Mewtwo as well. There we go, guys. So Igor is going to get the setup, which is great for him. I know that's what he wants to see. And we'll see, can Igor continue this trend of being set up? Now, can he find a DC for his turn? DC is great. Like I said, that Darkrai does have resistance to Psychic. That -20 is a very big damage, and Darkrai only needs 2 energies to attack. So Igor we'll have to load up a giant Mewtwo to try to take a knockout on this Darkrai. And I know Brad does put that fighting field to make the Darkrai have 220 HP, which is not fun at all. Now, luckily, Igor did get that Flowstone on the Trubbish and make it where if he gets that Garbodor out, he does not have to worry about the Giratina, because if not, Mega Mewtwo can't hurt Giratina. So we see the Mewtwo and Shaman coming out. Igor's just making sure what's all prize, what's in his deck. There's Mewtwo, like I said, he already has a Spirit Link. He has a Perilous City as well. I don't know if he puts it down immediately. It looks like he is going to put it down, Brad down to 3 spots, and here we go, setting up for 6 new cards. Sorry, I always want to say 7, like it's Yuxi. Looks like he does have a Flowstone. He could probably put down the Hoopa just to give it free retreat. If I'm Igor, I might retreat just the Hoopa, let it take a hit if that is a Flowstone, because you don't want your Trubbish to get knocked out. We don't want to see like a double Max Elixir. Fighting for Bell to knock out the Trubbish, because that is a knockout 2 Max Elixirs, or a Max Elixir and a Dark Energy attachment. So we see Flowstone to the Hoopa, retreat to the Hoopa, and we'll probably see a pass. Oh, a DC, there we go. So DC onto Mewtwo, that's what he wants to see. Now next turn, Igor does have an Ultra Ball and a Psychic Energy with a Mega Turbo in his hand. Alright, guys, and we saw last time Igor was on here, he needed 2 Mega Turbos off and in, and he hit both last time off an end of 4. So can maybe Igor keep his luck or not? So we see Ultra Ball, discarding Lysander and a Dark Energy, probably going to find, well, he can't really find Hoopa like he could, but he only has a 3 spot. So we see Shaman EX coming out onto the field. Okay, gonna Shaman, set up for 6 new cards, and can he find some Max Elixirs? Can he find some Dark Energies? Maybe Double Dragon? He needs to get this Darkrai swinging, which is the big thing. Now, if Brad decides to attack with the Giratina, he needs 4 energy to attack, and that's a base, 3, 6, 9, that's a base 120 damage just off the Giratina damage, okay? off the Giratina's energies. So you see the Ultra Ball gonna grab the Shaman. Looks like Brad maybe has 2-3 cards in his hand. Oh, maybe way more than that. Sorry guys. So Darkrai coming down. We see a Dark Energy going to Darkrai. We see a Giratina coming down and a Shaman gonna set up for 5 and new cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I see a Max Elixir in Brad's hand. Now if Brad gets a turn 1 attack, I don't know if he wants to do that really. Like, he could do some damage to Hoopa, but basically Hoopa, like I said, is a tank. He's just here taking some damage. He's not going to get knocked out this turn. Alright, we see Trainer Smell from Brad. Now, can Brad somehow find a Lysander and an Energy? Lysander Energy and a Fighting Fury Belt, that's the big key. So you see a Fighting Fury Belt going to Brad's hand. He could probably put on the bench Darkrai, just give that plus 40 HP, make it a 220, just a little bit more tankier, and Mewtwo is going to have a harder time of knocking it out. So you see Max Elixir, look at top 6 cards of his deck. There is a Dark Energy there, and 2 Max Elixirs as well, so he knows that 2 Max Elixirs are not prized. I mean, he's already Ultra Ball and see what's in his deck. So, going to give it a good shuffle here, and does Brad have a Flowstone, Lysander, Fury Belt in his hand? He already has the Fury Belt, so that's part 1 of the puzzle. There's a Flowstone. Does he have a Lysander? Bring up this Trubbish. There's a VS Seeker. Is there a Lysander in that discard pile? And a Lysander on that Trubbish. He's going to Lysander that Trubbish, bring it up, and we're going to see a knockout with that Darkrai. Oh my goodness, turn 1 knockout with that Darkrai. So now Igor cannot, oh man, now Igor has to worry about this Giratina. I don't know how many Flowstones Igor plays. It's probably 3, but that was a crazy turn 1. Brad taking the knockout on that Mewtwo is, oh my goodness, guys. I didn't think Brad had it, but he had everything in his hand. He's good to go, guys. So on the Igor's turn, he has that Ultra Ball. He has a Psychic Energy, so he can discard that. He has a Mega Turbo as well, which is fantastic. And that's what Igor decides to do. So he's going to Ultra Ball, discard the Garbodor and the Psychic Energy. Igor even had the Garbodor in his hand, ready to go. Oh, man, guys. So we see the Shaman coming down onto the field, okay? Igor's hand must not have a Sporter card, because if he did, he'd probably just grab, you know, the Mega Mewtwo and put that down instead. Looks like Igor did drop a card, but here we go. He picked it back up. All right, so... Alright, so discarded those 2 cards. We see there's a a Mega Turbo, a Shaman. So Shaman gonna draw 4 cards. 2, 3, 4. Okay, I see a DCE. I see a Sycamore. I see a Mega Turbo. So DC going to that Mewtwo, and this Mewtwo is going to go crazy. It's not gonna take a knockout yet. It's just 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. 190, yeah, so it's not taking a knockout yet on the Darkrai, like I said. So, unless there's an Ultra Ball, Psychic Energy, I was going to say, if he Ultra Balls, it finds like multiple Mega Turbos, Shrine of Memories, and a Lysander being discarded. Going to find a Mega Mewtwo, okay. Now, will Igor decide to attack this turn, or will he once again let this Hoopa take a hit? Like, he's not really going to get knocked down. I don't think he can. Nope, we're going to see a retreat into the Mega Mewtwo, and 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 190 damage coming down from that Mewtwo. Going to put a lot of pressure onto that Mewtwo. Alright, so it's actually just 170 because of resistance. Alright, there we go. So 170 coming down to the Darkrai. Even if he had the fight, if he didn't have the Fighting Fury Belt, it would still not take a knockout because, you know, Brad has 180 HP with that Darkrai. Thank you to resistance. Alright, so you see a Double Dragon go into the Giratina, and that's what Igor does not want to see. He does not want this Giratina to get powered up. If it does, he's in trouble because Igor, I mean, he might play Ranger to counter it, but man, it's going to look really bad. So on Brad's turn, he has a Trubbish. Brad does not want to get this Garbodor online. If he puts down the Garbodor, well, you're counting your Giratina because, you know, you want that ability to be stuck. You want your Giratina tank against this Mega Mewtwo, and we'll see what does Brad. I mean, he's parallel down to 3 anyway. So we see Brad doing 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 110. Okay, so on Igor's turn, he top decks another DC, so he can DC this Mewtwo before this Giratina comes out on the bench. Giratina will take a knockout on that Darkrai regardless next turn. Because, yeah, if Brad finds another Double Dragon, he's going to take a knockout. Now, does Igor play, like, Enhanced Hammers? That could really counter this Giratina deck if he plays that, yeah, if he plays that, discard that Double Dragon, make it where Brad needs a couple more turns to power to attack. And we see a VS Seeker for a Lessian in. Alright, but he's probably not going to play, yeah, probably put the DC on the Mewtwo before Brad attacks his Giratina for the Castle. It will see, and both players are going to shuffle his hands to deck. Igor is going to get 6, and Brad is going to get 5. And, I mean, Igor is going to take a knockout this turn, going at 4, but if Brad finds his Double Dragon, he can hit this Mewtwo and make where Igor cannot really touch this Giratina, thanks to his ability. So, let's see what happens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and there's a Mega Turbo, Psychic Energy. There's not a Mega Mewtwo or a Trubbish in Igor's hand. Now he has a Super Rod shuffle this Trubbish Garbodor back into his deck, but is it too late? There's Trubbish, there's Garbodor, there's a Psychic Energy, but if Brad gets his Double Dragon, Igor cannot attach tools, he can't play Special Energies, he can't play Stadium Guards, and he can't, Renegade, I think it's Renegade Pulse, if I remember correctly. I'm trying to remember the Giratina's ability's called, but I think it's Renegade Pulse. I'm not 100% sure. But it's going to take a knockout, and we'll probably see Brad send the Darkrai with the Float Stone just to give that free retreat. Even if, I think that's what you send regardless. So there's a Max Elixir in Brad's hand, which is great. So you can send the Darkrai, Max Elixir, and hit a Dark Energy, then just attach a Dark Energy and be A-okay. So we see a Darkrai coming down. We see a Max Elixir, does Brad find a Dark Energy, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and no, there's a Double Dragon. Oh, he had the Double Dragon in there. Okay, so unfortunately, you cannot Max Elixir for a Double Dragon because it's only basic energies. That'd be really broke if you can Max Elixir a Double Dragon with a bench Pokemon. That'd be crazy. Alright, so Brad's gonna give it a good shuffle, and he has a Shaman, he's got a Fighting Fury. We're gonna put that Giratina and just give it 40 more HP to bring it 210. And there we see Sycamore. Oh, if Brad had played Sycamore first, he would have hit this Double Dragon. Oh man, but does he find it now? And oh, it does not look like he has it right now. If he had, and I guess you never know, right? You play the Max Elixir hoping to hit a Dark Energy, but it doesn't look like he has a Dark Energy either way, which is the, oh man, well, okay, there's another Max Elixir, an Ultra Ball, Trubbish, but it looks like Brad would not take. Oh, there's okay, he's Ultra Ball with the Trubbish. I was like, you can't touch a. I was like, you can't bench that Trubbish. What are you doing? All right, but see Ultra Ball discarding Trubbish and a Flow Stone. Gonna get another Trubbish out. He doesn't really matter too much. Brad's his bench is full, so he can't put anything down. Okay. So let's see, what does Brad decide to do here? There's a Trainer's Look at top cards of his deck. Now unfortunately Brad cannot bench that Shaman earlier, which is why he discarded because of that Parallel City. We'll see a Max Elixir come out, and Brad has 2 Max Elixirs in his hand. So we're going to try again. Can Brad find 2 Dark Energies off this Max Elixir? Brad has been running hot this game. Igor's, there's a Dark Energy. Give it to him. Alright. Alright, so you're going to get a good shuffle. And here go Max Elixir 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And there is 2 Dark Energies there. Put it on the Giratina. And now Brad does have the other Max Elixir in his hand, I'm pretty sure. And he will see a Dark, maybe another Max Elixir. Can he find a Dark Energy or not is the big question. There's Trubbish. Maybe it doesn't have them. Yep, there it is. There's a second Max Elixir. 1, 2, 3. I think I see a Dark. There we go. And Brad will get a Chaos with the start. Do 100 damage. Knock out that Mewtwo. And now Igor cannot touch DCEs. He can't touch his tools, can't play stadiums, Megas can't hurt him. Everything that Igor needs to do, he can't do now. So Hoopa will come up to the X spot on Igor's turn, going to draw a card. Now he can still Mega Evolve. There's a Trubbish coming down, Psychic Energy, and if Igor plays Pokemon Ranger, which I'm pretty sure he does, he can shut down Giratina for at least 1 turn to try to attach that Flow Stone. Alright, so we see it in. Both players are going to shuffle the hand deck and get, Igor's going to get 4, and Brad is going to get 3. Now the big question, can Igor hit a Flow Stone and a Pokemon Ranger at the same time? Alright, so 4 cards coming to Igor's hand. He does not have a Mega. Igor could have wasted a turn to Mega Ball. We'll see a retreat into the Mewtwo, and we'll see does he just pass? Yeah, he's just going to pass here. So he's going to pass, and what Igor can do is he can damage change, because he can do 100, and then he can attach, so I get damage change, put the 100 back on it. Which seems good. Like, this Giratina is not going to one-shot this Mewtwo, which is great with the damage change, or damage swap, whatever it's called. I don't know if it's damage change or damage swap. So we'll see a change as well for VS Seeker, and Brad is going to grab a Lysander, bring up the Trubbish, take a knockout, and I don't know how Igor can deal with it. So VS Seeker for Lysander, bring up that Trubbish, take a knockout, and oh man, guys, it is not looking good for Igor. So Hoopa will come up to the X spot, and how can Igor come back? Does he have another Trubbish or not in his deck? And all Brad has to do next turn is Lysander Shaman, take a game, because Giratina does 100 damage with Chaos Will, with the Fighting Fury plus that 10, which is the exact number on a Shaman EX. And what is Igor going to do here? Does he scoop? Does he keep playing? That's her one for Brad, where he got the Fighting Fury, the 2 Darks, a Lysander, take a knockout on the Trubbish was crazy. Like, Igor's ready to go, had a fantastic start, and then Brad had an even better start by knocking out that Trubbish. Oh my goodness, guys. But see, what is Igor going to do here? He has a Mewtwo, he has a Shrine of Memories. Oh, man. Okay, so Igor's counts the only bench spots he has. He has 4, so he cannot even afford to put down a Mewtwo. If he does not have a spot for a Trubbish. We'll see a VA Seeker for a in, most likely. He could maybe Lysander, try to stall out a Darkrai if Brad doesn't have enough energy to float stones left, but he probably does. So we'll see VA Seeker, and what does Igor decide to do here? Let's wait and see, guys. Looks like Igor's trying to decide. Does he go for in? Does he go for a Lysander? And looks like he is eyeballing that Lysander. No, he's going to grab the in, play the in, put Brad down to 2, and Igor's going to get 4 cards. And does Igor find a... Does he find a Trubbish or not? I'm not sure how many plays, like I said. That's the big question. He might play a one line. I doubt it. I mean, most of these Mewtwo Garbodor decks play a 2-2. Alright, so here we go, guys. So give it a good shuffle. And let's see, what can Igor find off these? Can Brad find a VS Seeker off these 2 cards? So let's see. Oh, I can't see Brad's hand. Alright, and let's see. Igor does have a Psychic Energy attached to that Mewtwo if he wants to try to get ready for that damage change. There we see Psychic Energy going down. We'll see the Mewtwo come up and just take a tank and a pass on to Brad's turn. He has a VS Seeker for a Lysander, and Brad will take this game. Lysander that Shaman. Brad had everything every single time Brad got in or to start a game. Brad just had an answer for everything in Igor's hand. Like, Igor's getting set up. He was ready to go. Igor took 2 prize cards off of Darkrai, but that was not enough to take down this Giratina, which is, man, it's unfortunate for Igor. But we'll see what happens in game number 2. Guys, who do you want to see? Do you want to see Igor win, or do you want to see Brad Kershire win? We got a Mega Mewtwo versus a Darkrai Giratina. I don't know why I said Darkrai Giratina, but there is a bunch of Darkrai Giratinas in like Top Cut that are like doing very well. There's Ryan Sablehouse, I'm pretty sure. Raul Reddy's playing it as well. I think those 3 guys, and Russ Lepard, they're all playing Darkrai Giratina, playing almost the exact like 60 cards list, if I remember correctly. Maybe not Brad. I know the other 3 for sure. So 0-1, Brad is up, and we're gonna see what happens in these next couple games. In these next game, will Igor be able to pull it back? I mean, last turn he went first. He got down the Trubbish. He got down the Flowstone. He was good to go, but unfortunately, Brad had every answer to it, which is crazy. So here we go, guys, on the game number 2. Let's see what's going to happen. It looks like Igor did get a mulligan. He's got some Psychic, DCE, and Brad did start with that Darkrai. All right, so going to get the mulligan. Draw 70 cards, or shuffle up, get 70 cards. Brad will get another. It's just like round number 1, or game number 1. It's the same exact thing happened. All right. So we're going to see what happens, guys. I'm excited to see what's this going to do. Oh, man. So yeah, Guardy's here as well. I know Guardy's up at the top table somewhere. Rainbow Road is up as well. There's a bunch of different decks in top tables, which is amazing. This is why I love Standard right now. So many different decks. And oh my goodness, Igor starts with his Hoopa, which is exactly what you don't want to see. Oh man. Alright, so you see Ultra Ball from Trainer's Ball. Probably won't get out of Mewtwo unless Igor plays a second Hoopa, but most decks don't play 2 Hoopas. That is crazy. So we'll see Ultra Ball discard a Psychic, and looks like a Mega Turbo. Yeah. Oh no, Mega Turbo and a VS Seeker. Probably gonna get this this Mewtwo, attach a Spirit Link, attach a DCE, and be good to go. All right. So see, Ultra Ball gonna grab that Mewtwo. And yeah, he does not play a second Hoopa like I thought. Like, he started the Hoopa, which is like the worst thing you do with this Mewtwo deck. You want to be able to scoundrel turn 1, start for 2 Mewtwo's and a Shaman, set up and be good to go. But we see Igor does have the Mewtwo. He has a Spirit Link and Psychic Energy in his hand already. He's ready to start setting up. But can he find this Trubbish and the Flowstone? We saw game number 1 where, you know, Igor, he got the Trubbish, he got the Flowstone, but Brad was able to retaliate with a Darkrai, ready to take a knock on it, which was crazy. Now we see a Spirit Link coming down. Now Igor does have a Psychic Energy. Okay, and what's the other 2 cards in his hand? Trainers will look at top 4. There's a Super Rod and Ultra Ball. VS Seeker, not gonna grab any of those. And I wonder what support card Igor has in his hand. There's 1 card left. I imagine it is a Sycamore. So let's see. Show me Sycamore. There we go. Sycamore for 7. That's a great turn for Igor so far. But once again, can he find this Trubbish? I see some Ultra Balls, so he will be able to get this Trubbish down on the field as well as another Mewtwo. He could, well, he doesn't have a supporter card in his hand, so he has to decide what does he want to do here. What does the Ultra Ball, maybe the Mega Mewtwo, Psychic Energy maybe. I mean, you can maybe discard Yeah, okay, Ultra Ball, and Psychic Energy. She has 3 Ultra Balls in his hand. That's crazy. So with this, we'll probably send out a Shaman. Going to set up a can he find any Trubbish or not. Now remember, he does have 1 more Ultra Ball in his hand to get out this Trubbish turn number 1, and hopefully he draws into a Flowstone as well. Now Brad could get this turn 1 Chaos Will off, and that would be devastating for Igor. Now Igor does have the Mewtwo, the Spirit Link, so put those guys down. Looks like he's going to put a Shaman down, set up for 4 cards. He does have a Mega in his hand already. There's Perilous City. It looks like a Trubbish as well has came into his hand. Yep, that's a Trubbish. All right, so is he, or is that Garbodor? Oh no, that might be a Garbodor. That's not what he needs to see. Is it a Trubbish? Oh yep, it is a Trubbish. All right, so Trubbish is in the field, turn number 1 again, just like a game number 1. There we see an Ultra Ball. Go and discard a 2 cards, maybe a VS, since he played the Ultra Ball now. He has a Mega Mewtwo. I'm trying to see. So he has Parallel City, Mega Mewtwo, VS Seeker in his hand, and what Igor is probably trying to do is okay, this Parallel City, looks like he's going to limit Brad's side down to 3, and on to Brad's turn. Alright, so does Brad find a Pokemon? Let's see, what does Brad find? Double Max Elixir, a double Dragon, and a Lysander. I know he already has a Lysander, that's part of the puzzle. But we see Ultra Ball, discard a Lysander, and I'm not sure, it looks like a Sycamore. Probably trying to find a Shaman to set up, draw some more cards. And let's see, what does Brad get here? Okay, we're looking. He's looking through his deck to see what's all prized, what's all in there, and there's another Giratina hitting the field as well, which is Brad wants to see. He wants to get these Giratinas ASAP. Alright, so Brad's gonna look through his deck to see what's all in there. And like I said, Brad's trying to find a way to knock out this Trubbish on the first turn, or at least attack with his Giratina. As long as Brad can attack with his Giratina, make where Igor cannot. Well, if Brad attacks with the Giratina, yeah, he's good, because Mega can't hurt him, everything like that. So, yeah, he should be fine. Ultra Ball, okay, alright, get the Giratina. He's just looking through his deck to see what's all in there. And, guys, we're going to see what's going to happen. Brad does have a Shaman in his hand, so he can Shaman, set up some more cards. We see the double Dragon already. So, Max looks like the top 6. Can he find a Dark Energy or not? And there's a Dark Energy going down to that Giratina. He has a double Dragon as well. If he finds 1 more Max Elixir, he can start using Chaos Will. Oh my goodness. So a double Dragon going down to Giratina. We'll see Giratina and a Shaman. Oh, Sycamore, discard his hand, draw 7 new cards, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And can Brad find another Max Elixir and a Flowstone? We see an Ultra Ball. It looks like a Fighting Fury Belt. Doesn't look like he has it right now. I imagine if he had it, he would have played it ASAP. He might discard this Parallel City and a Garbodor. He has a Fighting Fury Belt, Trainer's Mail, another Ultra Ball. So Ultra Ball discarding Garbodor and a Parallel City, maybe getting a Shaman out to help set up and to dig for these cards that he is missing. All he's missing right now is a Max Elixir and a Flowstone. Going to grab the Trubbish, okay, but he's probably just going to discard it with the other Ultra Ball in his hand. So we'll see. Ultra Ball discarding Fighting Fury and the Trubbish. Gonna grab a Shaman, or no, maybe he already has a Shaman in his hand, and that's why he's opting not to find for the other Shaman, or maybe it's prized, and he's just in his, I mean, if the Shaman was prized, there's no way he discards the Fighting Fury Belt. So, let's see, what does Brad decide to do this turn? Does he have a Shaman or not? I did not see, I don't think I saw one in his hand. Let's see, Trainer's Mail, look at top 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Does he find there's a Fighting Fury Belt? He can just get that out of the Trainer's Mail so he does not draw into it. Put that in the Giratina, get a little bit more HP. I don't think you really care about Darkrai too much. You kind of just, you know, let the Darkrai get knocked out. So, Fighting Fury Belt, going to go with that Giratina. We'll see Shaman set up for 6 new cards. Can Brad find a Flowstone and a Max Elixir? Let's see what's going to happen, guys. What does Brad have? I see a Dark Energy. Oh, I don't. Man, imagine if he had it. He would have slimmed it on ASAP. Trainer's Mail and doesn't. Okay, he's got the Flowstone. He can put that on the active to give a free retreat, but does Brad have the Max Elixir? If he does, he can Max Elixir to that Giratina and start Chaos will turn number 1, which would be fantastic. And does he have it? There's a Max Elixir coming down. Does he find a Dark Energy? And he does get the turn 1 Giratina Chaos Will. Now Igor cannot attach a Flowstone to that Trubbish. He cannot attach Special Energies, and Mega Mewtwo cannot even hurt this Giratina. So we're going to see a turn 1 Chaos Will from Brad. Oh my goodness. So Chaos Will coming down doing 110 damage thanks to that Fighting Fury Belt. And I'm starting to wonder, how can Igor do this? Now he does play Pokemon Ranger. He can Ranger attach a Flowstone, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. Brad's going to be so dominating this game. So we see Mega Mewtwo coming down. We see Ultra Ball, we see Shrine of Memories, Psychic Energy, so Psychic Energy going to Mewtwo with the 2 energies on as well. We see a VS Seeker for a Sycamore. Yep, Sycamore, going to grab it. And like I said, Igor needs it. Sycamore, discard his hand, draw 7 new cards. He can't even put down the Shrine of Memories thanks to that Chaos Will. Oh my goodness. So it looks like another Trubbish hitting the field, but no Ranger in Igor's hand. So once again, he is in trouble. Now, who does he send up? that Igor. Oh, he's gonna let the Hoopa get knocked out. But any Pokemon's gonna get knocked out. Igor wants to keep those Trubbish in the field. You do not want to get those knocked out, because if you send up one Trubbish get knocked out, well, Brad, he can just VS Seeker license the other one. So we see him. Both players are gonna set up, get 6 new cards, and another Dark Energy goes in that Giratina. Now, if I'm Brad, I might attach energy to Darkrai, just in case if this Giratina does get knocked out, you need a way to retaliate Mewtwo. So we can see both players set up. Brad's going to get 6, Igor's going to get 6, neither player has taken a prize card. It looks like Igor does have some kind of evolution. I don't know if it's Garbodor or the Mega Mewtwo. We see another Max Loser in Brad's hand. Right now he's 2 for 2 on this Max Loser. Is he going to be 3 for 3 this game? And there's another Max Loser come down for that Darkrai. Oh my goodness, guys. Can he get another Giratina power up this turn? Does he get back-to-back Giratinas? Does he have a double dragon or not? Oh, I got so scared. I thought he just had a double dragon right there. Alright, so Flowstone, go down to Shaman, give it free retreat, and we'll see a Chaos Well for the knockout. And can Igor find this Flowstone or not? So Igor's going to draw first turn, or not Flowstone. Does he find a Ranger? Psychic Energy to the active. We see a Lysander bring up that Giratina, and he's going to go for the, I think it's Photon Wave? Or Psychic? No. It does 90. That's all it does. It does 30 for each Psychic Energy attached to the active. I can't remember the name of it. But I know it does 30 for each Psychic Energy attached to Mewtwo, so 90. So he can knock out this Giratina next turn. And can Brad find a way to retreat this? I think Giratina has a 3 retreat cause, which is pretty bad. So we see Max Luxor, the top 6 cards of his deck. Can Brad be 4-4 on these Max Luxors? And he is 4-4 for Max Luxors this game. That is crazy. First game 1, he got the 2 Max Luxors on that Darkrai. Oh my goodness. 4 Max Luxors, didn't whiff one. You're good to go. All 4 Max Luxors are gone. Oh man. So let's see. Does Brad find another Flowstone? Does he find a way to switch this Giratina? And guys, this is a crazy game. Like, Brad is running so hot right now. How can Igor even take this down? Now, luckily that Giratina is stuck in the X spot for right now. But will Brad find a way to retreat it or not? If Brad cannot get a Chaos Wolf this turn off, Igor is free to use his Flowstones. He's able to get a Garbodor out, attaches DCEs, maybe switch to Stadium if he wants to. And let's see, what does Brad have? He has an N, he has a Dark Energy, so he can retreat this Giratina if he wants to. He can retreat Chaos Well at least this turn, which is great. So what will Brad do? He's looking through his discard pile. What does he all have? I don't know his Zat counts, like Floatstones. He could have another one left. There's a Dark Energy to the active. Like I said, he can retreat that way if he decides to. Oh man, guys, I'm just 4-4 maxes. That's amazing. I mean, he does play a ton of dark, so it's not impossible, but still, it's pretty crazy. All right, so Brad is deciding what to do here. Does he attach the dark to the active? Yep, we're gonna attach the dark to the active, which I think is fine. And then you probably go for VS Seeker for a Sycamore. Just discard your head, draw 7 new cards, and even if he hits, a Lysander. Go to Lysander, bring up the Shaman, retreat into the Giratina, take a knockout. Oh man, Brad is he is just ruthless right now. Going to bring out the Shaman, take a knockout, going on 2 prize cards, and things are looking terrible for Igor. So we see Mewtwo coming up. Of course, Brad does not want to attack straight into the Mewtwo. If he attacks the Mewtwo, it does have the damage change. Going to move the energies from there to from the Mega Mewtwo, or from Mewtwo to Giratina. And then he can take a knockout next turn with the regular attack. So let's see what's going to happen. Igor has a VS Seeker for Lysander. Bring that Giratina back up, and Igor will take a knockout, going down to 4 prize cards. So even though Igor does not have his Garbodors aligned, he is knocking out these he's trying his best to knock out these Giratinas. There's Psychic Energy going down to the bench. Mega Mewtwo, and he has a Garbodor. So is he a knockout? Oh, he actually just going to pass. All right, he's just going to pass in. You know what? I'm going to leave this Giratina up here. And now, because he would take a knockout, Brad could have used Chaos Well, but, he's going to say, you know what? If you don't have a switching card, I'm going to put my DCEs, I'm going to put down my Garbodor, so I'm going to put my Flowstones, I'm going to maybe change the Stadium, and he can break the lock for at least 1 turn, which is what all Igor needs. So let's see, can Brad find a Flowstone? Can he find, I don't know if he plays Switch. I know some of the players were playing Olympia, which I know he doesn't have in his hand. And will we see Greedy Dice come out or not? I know some people said he did play Greedy Dice. Is Greedy Dice his last prize card? What if he licenses up a Trubbish and Greedy Dice is that prize card right there, and he flips it, takes his last prize card? That'd be crazy. But we see Brad just trying to decide what to do. He's got a VS Seeker. Imagine he's going to grab a Sycamore, discard his hand, draw 70 cards. He has to dig for something. If he knows he has it, he has to dig, right? So see VS Seeker for Sycamore, discard his hand, draw 70 cards. So Brad knows he has something left. There's no way you don't touch those dark energies unless you know you have something left in the deck. So I see a dark, and I do not see a way for this Giratina to retreat. So Igor will be free to use his special energies, his tools, anything he wants to. He's free game. All right, guys, and things are looking okay. So we see a pass from Brad. All right, so Igor is finally looking up, and can Igor find how to get? Can he find a way to get this this Garbodor online? So Mega Turbo attaches Psychic Energy to the active, or Psychic Energy to the bench. Psychic Energy to the bench, Mega Mewtwo EX. We see the DC be attached, Garbodor coming online. We see a Sycamore discard his hand, draw 7 new cards. Can Igor find another Mega Mewtwo and a Flowstone? And I see a Flowstone, so Igor will have this Garbodor line with the Garbotox making where he can hit this this Giratina. We see a Mewtwo spinning on the Trubbish. We see a Flowstone gun on the Garbodor. We'll see retreat into the Mega Mewtwo, and we'll see a knockout this turn, guys. There we go. So Igor will go down to 4 prize cards. Now into Brad's turn. He's going to send up this Darkrai, and I mean, he's going to send it does have free trade. So let's see right now. Dark Pulse doing 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 140 right now with this Mega Mewtwo, or against this Mega Mewtwo, which is not enough for a knockout. And I mean, Igor has a ton of energies already on that Mewtwo. He could potentially knock out this Darkrai next turn. So let's see what Brad does. He has some Dark Energies, another Darkrai. He can maybe put that down, attach. He needs to find another Giratina with a Double Dragon, but I don't know if he plays another, they give the Giratina or not. I mean, 2 Giratinas, pretty much what the deck play, like 3 Darkrai, 2 Giratina. Maybe a 3rd Giratina if he expected a lot of Megas, but I'm pretty sure he just plays the 2 Giratina. So what would Brad do this turn? He has a Dark, he has a Darkrai. He has no Max Elixirs. He's already played all 4 of those. Okay, so going to put down the Darkrai with a Dark Energy. And what is Brad going to do? He could maybe go for a Lysander if he wants to maybe knock out a Trubbish, and then try to knock out both Trubbish for the last 2 prize cards, which, I mean, if that Greedy Dice if he does play Greedy Dice like people said, he could take his last prize card and flip heads on that Greedy Dice to win the game. But we see Sycamore discard his hand, draw 7 new cards. Right now, I have not seen a single Greedy Dice, guys. Alright, so what can Brad do? He can maybe play a Super Rod, get some energies back to his deck. We see Enhanced Timber, discard the DC off the active Mega Mewtwo, and that's what Brad needs to get, like, help out in this matchup. Now, Brad's still in the winning seat right now. He has 2 prize cards left. He can hit this Mega Mewtwo for a ton of damage in the next turn, bring it back up. But damage change is what Brad has to worry about. So Super Rod shuffle those 3 Dark Energies back into his deck. And alright, guys. And Darkrai has a Flowstone as well, so it does not have a fighting free belt. It has 180 HP. So let's see. So Brad's going to put that down, and does Brad attack? I mean, Brad had stacked this turn. There's no way he does not attack with this Mega Mewtwo. Okay, so can Igor find a Shrine of Memories is the big question. Even if he does, how does Igor deal with 2 Darkrai's, really? That's the big deal. So we'll see retreat into the Darkrai. We'll see a Dark Pulse, or does he not Dark Pulse? He's debating it right now. He could maybe go for a Chaos Will for 100, but then Mega Mewtwo just knocks you out if he decides to use a Psychic Affinity. But if he doesn't use Psychic Affinity, Brad can maybe take a knockout the following turn. But nope, we'll see a Darkrai come up. Okay, and we'll see a Dark Pulse, I think, for 140, if I did the math correct. Oh, 160. Okay, sorry. All right, so 160 come down. All right, so 612, yeah, 160. So he trades. Well, look at the top cards of his deck. And can Igor find a Shrine of Memories? He has an Inn. He has a Parallel City. Those cards he does not want. Now, I know he's already discarded 1. He has no Shrine of Memories in his hand. He has the Floatstone, Shaman, which is useless because Garbodor's on the field. Alright, so he's not going to do anything with that Trainer's Mail. Alright, and can't Igor find a way to knock out this Darkrai this turn? He needs a ton of energies. Right now he's only 3, 6, 9, 12, 130, minus 20 is 110, so he cannot knock out this Darkrai, but he needs to find a Shrine of Memories. That's the big thing. Alright, so he has an Inn. He can end himself down to 4. And let's see, can Igor find a Shrine of Memories off this 4? He's gonna put Brad down too. And I mean, Igor's tried his best. He's trying to take down this Giratina deck. And we'll see, what does he find? Does he find the Shrine of Memories or not? 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I do not see the Shrine of Memories. I see the Mega Mewtwo, a DCE. So Igor could retreat the active if he wants to do that. Psychic Energy on the Mewtwo, okay. We'll see a retreat, discarding those 2 Psychic Energies, promote the Mega Mewtwo, and do 3, 6, 9, 12, 130, minus 20, 110, like I said. And does Brad have a VS Seeker or not? If he does have a VS Seeker, bring up that Mega Mewtwo and win the game this turn. So we see Mega Mewtwo coming active, and If Igor attacks this, he cannot damage change next turn. So and there's a VS Seeker. Brad has the VS Seeker off the end of 2, and he'll win the game going 2-0 against this Mega Mewtwo deck. Brad, Igor tried his hardest. Looks like he did not have that Shrine of Memories. Oh my goodness, guys. But there you go. Hopefully you enjoyed round number 2, a top 32 of this Orlando streams. We'll see everybody here once again. Round number 3 here in a few minutes. I'm not sure. That game was probably like 30, 40 minutes. So yeah, we'll see you probably about 20, 30 minutes. All right, guys. We'll see you here in a few.
Alright guys, I just want to give a quick shout out to our 3 sponsors, 60 Cards, Yeti Gaming, and the Pokemon Company International. Links to everything will be down below in the description. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Alrighty.